Fish momentum again. With Mitch Pickett and other quarterbacks, bye-bye Mason.
Actually, you want to get into that, man?
Right now, is the Mason era over?
I personally don't think so. Do you?
No, not until maybe after training camp or after preseason. Maybe we cut him or trade him. But no, he's going to be a part of the competition, I think.
That was definitely the mindset I had as well with that. I have seen that kind of going around that, Mason's definitely out of here. I'm like, the only way Mason is out is if he performs bad during the all season, during OTAs and training camp / preseason. I think that he's still very much in the conversation. I mean, it doesn't kill you keeping him. That's the other part of it. It's like,
no.
When we look at the way it's structured, when we look at the cap hits and stuff like that, it doesn't kill you even with all three of those guys. Part of it, like we said, we didn't like it from just seeing the money that would be in that room, but as a whole, it still wasn't going to make or break you or anything like that. So I just think for Mason, man, it's all about, how he responds to this. Yeah, I mean, he could be pissed off. I hope he is, but he should have been pissed off all offseason anyways when they brought in Mitch Trubisky. So I do feel like Mason's going to be fired up, man, ready to go. I hope he is. I just don't see why he should turn down this competition, turn down this situation. I think this is a great chance for him and Mitch, because Kenny is good. Kenny is going to be here. Kenny, like when you're that first round draft pick, it's just it's job security that comes with that. But I think for Mitch and Mason, man, they should be looking at this opportunity, as a chance that, man, we know he's going to be here, but there's no guarantee that he has to start this year. If we go out there and do what we're supposed to do, we can at least put that on hold for later in the year or next year. I've had similar thoughts when we drafted Bud Dupree. It was like, I like the fact that he's here, but my job is to make sure. I swear, absolutely. I told him this. I was like, Bud, you my dude. It was, in fact, we took the picture the first day he got into the locker room. I'm like, we're going to take the pick, but I'm like, I don't want you to start, because if you start, I mean, you beat me out. It was that simple. Yeah.
You said you like him being here.
I said, I didn't, as a person, I said to him, I was like, I like you being here, but I'm like, bro, my job is to keep you off the field as long as I can until management tells me you got to go out there. But my goal is to every day, whether it's practice, whether it's in a game, whether it's in a community, whether it's an interview, whatever it is, to make them see that I'm better than you. And he was like, that's cool. I respect it. But that's what I feel like.
That's how you had that good relationship.
Yeah, but that's why we're so close, because we're all honest with each other like that. We all say, man, look, we boys, we competing against each other because we all want to be that guy. We want to be that starter. Jarvis, Debo, like we all had them conversations, man. But if I'm Mason, that's the type of thought process I'm trying to have in this scenario, because money-wise, there's nothing that says you're out of that equation. And even though Kenny is the first round draft pick, because he's not a top 10, top 5 pick, it's like, bro, they don't have to put you out there right now.
Ben was taking 11.
Right. And think about with Ben. They didn't just throw him out there either. So
and Maddox sucked, man.
So it's certain things that you just know. You're looking, you're like, okay. And I said to myself, I was like, well, shoot, we brought in Bud at what? In the teens? I was like, shoot, Jarvis was in the teens, and Jarvis didn't even start right away. Now, they played him, but it was still different. So I'm thinking to myself, like, well, shoot, you keep that same energy this time around. And if you're Mason, I think you take a similar approach. I think that Mason could definitely, be a guy that make this thing interesting if he is consistent, if he steps up in there. But we'll see, though.
I think the question then becomes, even if Mason does fine in preseason, does fine in training camp, and they still view him as the third stringer,
right?
Will they cut him? Will they trade him just to save the cap space?
See, I think you could potentially look into a trade. I don't necessarily think they would cut him. The only way I see them cutting him is if Chris beats him out. If he was the fourth guy on the roster, or if it's even between him and Chris. If it's close or it's even, Coach T goes with the younger, cheaper option. We know that. But the one thing right now is, well, actually, I got it, because I was about to say Mason doesn't have any practice squad eligibility, but with the new versions of it, but he ain't going for that. He ain't going for that. So that's not an option for him. He's going to have to be on this roster.
No.
And he's going to have to beat guys out to be on that roster type situation.
Because you figure Pickett being the first round pick, and we already went over Mitch's contract. Yeah. If you cut him, you're actually spending more money because of the dead cap. It goes up to like $10 million instead of what it is right now. So I don't think we're getting rid of either of those two. Yeah. Then it just comes down to just comes down to you want Mason still in the room. If he stays at the third guy, if he beats everyone out, then I guess there's no happy medium for him. I don't think it's either he's the starter or he's third. Yeah. And if he's third, then I do think it's a fair conversation to have of trading him. Yeah. Because if we just brought this dude in from the 7th round, then what are we doing here?
But I just don't see it happening right now, though. Yeah, it's definitely.
I don't either. Right. Yeah, you got to let the offseason play out. And that's what even Colbert said in his interviews. He was like, all 3 guys are going to compete.
Yeah, absolutely, man.